So this document is an essay. We can obviously tell this, but what gives it away? It just looks like one, you may say. The way an essay looks, though, isn't an accident. There are dozens of format styles like MLA, APA Chicago, and dozens of others that dictate everything about an essay. Its margins, font, spacing, and, the subject of this video, the way they deal with sources, which is also called citation. In this class, we're going to be using MLA. So quickly before I get started, a word about why you should care about citation styles. You may think the font, size, the margins are just nitty-gritty details that don't really matter. Firstly, the professional world is a little uptight about formatting decisions. You may not use MLA throughout your entire college career, but learning how to use a style exactly will help prepare you for learning other ones. I once had a teacher who worked as an editor for several years and could literally refer to specific sections within the official MLA manual. So he'd say, you've made a mistake on the in-text citation with multiple authors. Go check section 7, subsection B, or whatever. And I know you'll have similar experiences with teachers and bosses down the line. Secondly, a formatting style communicates information. A correctly formatted, word-cited page can tell anyone who's familiar with the style an incredible amount of information about the source at a glance. On the other hand, an incorrectly formatted works cited page implies things about the source that aren't true. Lastly, a formatting style communicates something about you as a writer. If you can nail the style, anyone who sees your essay will know you have an eye for detail and thorough training. It says you speak the academic language. Okay, now on to specifics about MLA. So most people know the basics, like 1-inch margins, a heading with your name, my name, the class name, and date, double space with no extra spaces between anything, a header with your last name, a space, then the page number. You can double click the top of the page to edit the header. Beyond that, though, there are sources. The purpose of in-text citations, also called parenthetical citations, are to keep the interruption due to the citation to a minimal within your essay, and to direct your audience to the works cited page, where they can get the full source information. An in-text citation in MLA ideally will have the author's last name, then a space, then the page number, where the summary or direct quote came from. If there's no page number, then just include the author's name. If there's no author's name, include an abbreviated version of the title, in quotes if it's a short source, or italics if it's a longer source. If there's no author, title, or page numbers, that might be a questionable source, but you can make up a name if you need to. Just make sure it's descriptive. If there are multiple authors, you'll include the last name of each of them with an "and" before the last one. Or if there are more than 4 authors, you'll include an "et al." After the first author's last name instead of the other authors' names. Now that we've correctly and concisely directed your audience to the works cited page, we need to be sure the information there is correct. I'll admit up front that this video couldn't cover a fraction of the different types of sources MLA has to offer. For example, this is easybib.com's full list of citation source types that you can cite. They include the Bible, interviews, lectures, newsletters, etc. You know, some teachers are purists. I'm okay with you using a website like this. The only problem is that if you put the information in wrong, you're going to get the wrong information out. So you should be familiar with how a citation is supposed to look like. That's where Purdue OWL's online writing lab comes in handy. Just Google Purdue OWL MLA. And you'll get to this web page, which will give you the basic rules. I'll give you the basics of the basic rules, the beginning and the end of a citation. So the beginning should be the author, last name, comma, first name, period. The title, like before, in quotes if it's short, italics if it's long, period. This is where things get a little fuzzy after this. It's going to be the supporting group some kind of publication information, editorial board, whatever. At the end, though, if it's an online source, you're going to have the date that it was created, period, web, period, then the date you accessed it. If not, if it's a print, it'll just be the date that it was published, and then print, period. Okay, one last quick note on the formatting of a works cited page. It'll be entitled Works Cited, both capitalized. It'll be alphabetical order with double-spaced, hanging indents, which is that half-inch overhanging of the top line. Okay, that basically covers why you should care about formatting and how to go about citation. Good luck, and I'll see you in the comments.